In this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly how you can go out and find profitable products to sell on Amazon. And over the last 12 months, I've sold about $2 million on Amazon. So I've picked up on quite a few little tricks that'll help you save a lot of time, help you be more efficient in your sourcing. So we're not only going to break down how to find products, but also how to do it faster. But if you're brand new to the channel, my name's Warner Fields from Fields of Profit. I'm a full-time 7-figure Amazon seller. And one of the biggest things that's helped me through my Amazon journey from starting my business to becoming a 6 to then a 7-figure seller is just figuring out a ton of little ways to be more efficient. And so like I said, let's go ahead and jump into the computer and I'll show you some of those time-saving techniques so you can source products faster. So in my opinion, the best ways to start finding products are with manual and reverse product sourcing. So let's just go ahead and jump in with a little bit of manual sourcing here. So kind of what my process looks like for this is I'll click around to a bunch of different websites. So for example, today I noticed that Ulta is running some different sales on certain brands. So you got 20% off here, you got 40% off on these, 25 there, 20 there. And so these are going to create some potential opportunities. So you can go and buy, It Cosmetics brand mascara that could potentially be cheaper on Amazon. Usually we're looking for the item to be about double the price on Amazon as it is after coupons and cash back and all that kind of stuff that we can go in and create some margin, right? So on a site like this, I might go ahead and click through to some of these, just for the sake of the video, maybe I would skip this because it's perfume and a lot of you guys probably can't sell hazmat. So I went ahead and pulled up a couple of these here. So here's that mascara. It's only 3 items here. If you are, brand new to Amazon, something you might do is, you go in here, you copy the title, you paste it into Amazon, you can see, what is the price on Amazon. This is like a very traditional classic reverse sourcing. So from here, you'd have to go in and start clicking on some of these items, making sure it's the same. So, you got to figure out, see what size it is. It's 0.3 ounces. So you got to jump in, check out these listings, all that good stuff. Seems like this is the listing right here. Looks like we'd need to buy it for $8.70 for it to be profitable. And it looks like our source price is 15 bucks. So in this case, it's going to be a pretty easy skip because basically we'd have to be buying it at half the price. So what I actually do differently compared to that is I use SellerAmp to help me speed that up. SellerAmp's less than 20 bucks a month. You can get a free trial with the link down below. But one of the features that helps me out with is the SaaS Smart Search. So I can right click it and then SaaS search, and then it'll actually go ahead and pull up that title and paste it into, basically it's going to paste it into Amazon for me. And then it's going to go ahead and find all those other potential products, right? So here, this looks like it's the correct Amazon listing, seems to be the same to me. Usually you'd get that max cost option that's kind of suggesting what you need to pay for it. There could be like a buy box suppression or something like that going on here. So it's kind of a weirder example, but yeah, we can jump in here. We can see our current sale price according to SellerAmp is about $22, which would mean that our max cost would be $10.72 higher than that. So we'd go ahead and jump on here. And it looks like this next item here seems to be the exact same as that item there. Same story, right? So on this example of these 3 items right here, it seems like on Amazon, these prices are way cheaper than we're going to be able to match. Maybe they are doing some wholesale or, sometimes the brand themselves will sell on these products. So in this case, those aren't going to work, but we can use SellerAmp right there to help speed that process up. We don't have to go paste it on Amazon and find all the different product listings and all that good stuff. And we can just do it all on the side there. So that's what I like to do when I come across, a decent site-wide sale, that kind of thing. So I also noticed, over here, we've got 28 products. These are all, I think these are 25% off. And then we could go in here and do the exact same thing. And the reason that I do this manually, there's some software out there that will do this for you automatically. It'll scrape the website and say, hey, here's your profit and all that good stuff. But those scanning softwares are going to miss a ton of stuff. I use Tactical Arbitrage. I still use Tactical Arbitrage a lot, but manual and reverse sourcing are always going to be the best because you're going to find like the hidden gems, right? So one thing in particular that I like to look out for on an item like this, we search it over here on the side and we got the correct listing there. And then another thing I might do is even look for like a 2-pack. So I could go up here and type 2-pack, see if there's any other potential 2-pack, 3-pack, anything like that. But a lot of times it'll show up here as well if there is a multi-pack listing. And the reason for that is those multi-pack listings are generally a little bit more friendly to arbitrage pricing, all that good stuff. So yeah, in this case, looks like current sale price is about 24 bucks. We would need to be paying $11.51 for it. So we're getting a little bit closer in that case, still not quite there. And especially on those higher volume items. So in this case, this guy is a 62,000 sales rank, selling about 120 times a month, split between all variations, as we can see there. And so this isn't the type of item that typically sells fast enough to have like a bunch of different multi-pack listings and all that kind of stuff. If you ever jump in and you see a product like this, say it's selling 2,000 times a month and the 1-pack isn't profitable, make sure to also use SellerAmp to manual source all those other multi-packs, see how fast they're selling, see, all that good stuff, because those multi-packs are going to be typically, the brand's not going to be as interested in selling those multi-packs sometimes. Amazon might not be on those multi-packs as some stuff you'll see as well. So always check through the multi-packs, right? So we can do the same thing all through the rest of this site here. Go ahead and copy that, SaaS search, pull it up over here. And really, when you get into these different site-wide sales, you're going to be able to tell relatively soon, when it's actually worth your time, when it's not, when you can, jump on it and find the next thing. So in this case, seems like this toner here, 13.5 ounces. I would guess these are not the same thing. Otherwise, we might have an item here, so we can go ahead and check these out real quick. So 8.4 ounces, I think this one was bigger. Yeah. So we could check, what price is the 8.4 ounces on this listing? $21. We're buying it for $10.50. So again, we're getting pretty close here, but not quite there. So 48 times a month split between variations. Usually I'd like to see about a 35% ROI here and at least a $3 profit. It's kind of a good benchmark. If you're on the brand new side, maybe you bump that to $5 profit per unit, just so you got some breathing room for your listings. And so as I'm digging through these listings, especially when I'm sourcing all on the page like this, just using some SaaS searches here, I really am looking out for the potential of that brand. So as we're looking at Body Shop, I'm seeing a lot of, I see some Amazon on this listing, I see Amazon there, and they're also on this listing. But while they are on quite a few of these listings, there's also listings like this one where Amazon is not on the listing. Another thing I'm looking at as we're going through here is, do these listings only have one seller, two sellers, something like that, or it might be a private label, or they kind of control the listing. If I come across those listings where it's all Amazon, or it's only the brand themselves selling it, next time I see that brand on sale, I don't have to check it. And so that's where that process of, manual sourcing, oh, let me look into this brand. Okay, the brand sells it. I don't need to look at it again. So that's a lot of the sourcing process. Like those of you guys who are feeling stuck right now, that little exercise you can run in your head with, 50, 100, 200 different brands, that's what you'll be able to do down the line. But that's the skill you want to be able to build right now, right? Is which of these brands are worth my time when I go out and I see them on sale. And then when you do see them on sale, we'll go ahead and throw it into some SaaS search over here, see what our potential opportunity might be. And so I would do that same process. You do it on some of these other Body Shop listings. This sale also stuck out to me. I saw 20% on another brand where there's some Amazon, but there's also some listings that lots of third-party sellers are selling on, no problem. And so one thing to think about when we're looking at leads like these, especially if you're a newer seller and you don't really understand what brands to be looking for, you don't really understand when sales would even be good, hey, is a 10% sale on this brand even worth looking into? If you don't have that knowledge and we're able to go out and kind of know a little bit of what might be worth your time, then go ahead and do reverse sourcing until that starts to click for you. And so what reverse sourcing looks like, especially with SellerAmp here, you're going to be able to speed that process up. So I pull up just an example of like a Nike brand product, go into Nike, or even like Great Value. If you hear about some BOLO type items, so some really hot items that people are flipping for good profit, any of those types of items are good to go to. Basically, you just want to find a list of other arbitrage sellers who are buying things from everyday websites, right? And Nike doesn't sell on Amazon. Amazon doesn't sell Nike products. So it makes it just a really easy place to start. So when we're on a listing like this, I'm not necessarily interested in this particular model of shoe. I'm way more interested in this list of sellers right here. So when I'm going down here, I would start looking for a seller who doesn't have a ton of feedback, but ideally, maybe a few. So this guy, he's got 6. So definitely on the newer side of sellers, comparing that to good old JME Goods. They have a lot of sellers. If any of you guys do a lot of Nike, they're probably you're probably your worst nightmare. So a seller like this isn't the perfect kind of storefront to look through because they're going to be able to have some strategies that you haven't really figured out yet, right? Compared to this guy with 6 feedback right here, probably on the newer side. Sorry if you're watching this video, but let's go ahead and see what potentially they might be selling. So in this case, looks like they're just doing a bunch of Nike, all that kind of stuff. So based on this information, we can now go in here and number one, as you're looking through these sellers, start to take notes of the different brands they're selling. That's gonna be able to say, oh, next time in this case, oh, I see, so there's some Brooks shoes on sale. Let me go look into that brand because you saw it on somebody else's storefront. If they're having success selling it here, you might be able to look through, a website sale or that kind of thing, find some products there. So when we're looking through this particular storefront though, I'm looking at a couple things. Number one, the max cost. Can I buy this product for about the max cost? This price is getting pulled from the buy box, which is what the current item price is selling for, not necessarily what this guy's trying to sell it for. So that's the difference if you see the buy box versus the storefront price. And so for us to sell this item profitably, we'd have to buy it for $18.29. We can also see how much competition we'd have. And if you think you can buy this item for that price, then just go ahead and hit the Google button and it will do a Google search for you. You can start to see, in this case, we got it for, looks like $40. Here's another one for $40, 40. So you'd have to get this one on a pretty good sale plus a coupon, all that kind of stuff, right? I don't love this as an example just because they're only selling Nike stuff. That's what you'll probably run into a good amount on some Nike listings. But we could open up this storefront. We could check out this guy, anyone with a little bit of feedback, right? So, I'm jumping in here. I see, oh, Under Armour. Let me add that to my list. Let me start looking at Under Armour sales. And you got New Balance, Adidas Originals, Carhartt, Barbie. So we're learning a lot of different brands here, right? So Sorel, Crocs, Adidas, lots of different opportunities for us to kind of think about. And in the short term, while we're trying trying to figure out where they're potentially sourcing that from, you're just going right through their storefront here. So like this, we see Amazon's on this listing. I would skip it, not worth my time to jump on and worry about competing with Amazon. You know, looking at this, I see we need to buy it for $15.14. I also see 200 offers, which is kind of crazy. So maybe it's like, could be like a BOLO type item. We could check. Yeah, it looks like everybody is in stock. You can see based on the Walmart listings, it looks like this is probably like a hot, you know, BOLO type item right now where it's going out of stock super quick. So this would be another example of a listing where you just have an infinite number of arbitrage storefronts. And now you've also been alerted that to the, you know, the idea that this could be a pretty good opportunity to look into. You got selling, you know, 1,000+ times a month, pretty good sales rank, pretty decent buy box line. Got a little bit of reduction in price there, but you can, you know, you can add this item to your list. Then you've also got a huge list of other arbitrage storefronts to look through. Maybe they're selling less Nike and shoes and all that good stuff if you want to stay away from apparel or you're not ungated in those right now. Plenty of other opportunities to look at doing it this way. And so as I'm looking through this storefront here, you know, maybe you look into this, skip these three because Amazon's on all of them. Go ahead and load more. It looks like there's not a lot of stuff that Amazon might be kind of in and out on. You know, we got this guy right here. Can I buy this for $50? I don't know. Let me go ahead and click the Google button and see, you know, where I might be able to potentially buy it from. You can also look at the Google shopping tab. That's pretty useful as well. It'll pull up lots of different listings. And in this case, seems like the only place, this could be similar to the last one. Looks like it's a lot of eBay, Amazon.com. Maybe this model is out of stock, a lot of stores. But yeah, you could go ahead and dig through here, see if you could find it in stock. If you can, seems like it could be something interesting to look into, right? So again, we got Amazon on this guy. You know, maybe you check them like that out. Lots of Amazon here. So here we've got a Barbie that is not being sold by Amazon, but the max cost is $475. Probably not a good chance we're going to be able to buy this item for $475. And so this would be something that I would be able to skip and not waste my time on because SellerAmp kind of preemptively telling me, hey, you're going to need to buy this for really cheap for it to be profitable. Maybe we click through here and proves me wrong. It looks like Walmart's got it for 22. Probably a similar story. It's probably, you know, some third-party sellers, that kind of thing. And so while we're talking about going out and, you know, actually finding these products, it is going to take some legwork. It is going to be a skill that's learned. It's not going to click overnight. You know, if you're starting Amazon for the, you know, get rich quick or whatever, you're in the wrong spot. But as you are going out, finding those good items, let me show you a couple things that, you know, I've been playing around with on SellerAmp to save me some time. So the first thing, let's just use this item as an example. Say we're buying it for $9 or whatever. You know, you're looking at an item on Ulta. Something that's pretty common a lot of times is you'll see, you know, the item is listed at $10. Oh, but also there's a sale, right? So one thing you can do on SellerAmp is you can actually do the math in the cost price box. So that's one thing that I didn't know you could do for quite a while. So you can just do 10, you know, do your math. So if you're getting a 20% discount, you know, you just be doing 10 times 0.8. You can also do addition. So if you're buying, you know, 2 units or whatever, you want to do it that way, you can do something like that. I'll save you a little bit of time there. There's also these discount buttons down here. So if you want to be, you know, a step lazier, let's say it's $10 plus there's, you know, a 20% discount, you could go ahead and click the 20%. Then it's going to auto adjust everything based on that 20% discount. Another thing that's really useful on these listings to make sure that I'm going to stay profitable in the long run is the data that we kind of keep over here on the buy box, you know, the ranks and prices chart. So if you are unsure if this item is going to be profitable in the long run, especially if it consistently has a buy box, you can go ahead and click through here. And, you know, in the last 30 days, our average buy box is at $14. You can tell it only had a buy box for like a day or so there. When you're looking at that on a listing like this, it's especially useful because you can see the buy box data is always there. So the reason you care about that is because right now the price might be $123. Let's say you're buying it for, you know, $70 or whatever. But if you're going to go in and buy this item, you'd want to make sure it's consistently profitable, right? So I go to 30, you can click that and it automatically changes. Same with 90 day. And I'll just go in here and, you know, click around on those buttons and make sure that my average buy box price, so the average price over the last 30 days, average price over the last 90 days is also profitable or at least somewhat profitable. And that's another good way you can stop finding those items where maybe it's selling for $50 today, but it's always in the past been selling for $30. Item price goes back and you lose a little bit of money that way. And then another major time saver that I use, especially if you have virtual assistants or you want to be a little bit more organized with your data, it's one massive thing that's going to help your business grow in the long run, is just using the Google Sheets feature within SellerAmp. So I can click, you know, let's say your VA's name is Mike or your name is Mike, whatever, and go ahead and click your name there. This is all configurable, by the way, whatever information you want to send. You can add a whole bunch of columns. You can reduce whatever columns you want. So this is sort of similar. Obviously, we got a little bit more data on my personal spreadsheets, but just kind of an idea of what it's like. So all I had to do is click the button and it exports the product name, the ASIN, URL, cost price, sale price, all that good stuff, right? And then you would want to go in here and, you know, write down the store name. So, you know, we were buying this one from Ulta. You could drop that URL there so that you can have all that data in one place. And SellerAmp helps make that kind of transition a little bit easier there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and use the information to go out and find products for your business much faster. If you don't already have a SellerAmp subscription, you want to use some of those time-saving techniques we're showing off there, you can get a free trial down below or go to selleramp.com, go ahead and activate a 2-week free trial and play around with it. I see a lot of new sellers going out and investing in crazy expensive software and all that kind of stuff. Genuinely, all you need to get started is a Keepa subscription and a SellerAmp subscription. So go jump on that, get some free trials, all that good stuff. Go start practicing and you will start finding profitable inventory for your business. If you guys did get value out of today's video, if you could hit that subscribe button, we would really appreciate that for adding some value to your business. If you could add some back to mine. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything like that, I'm always happy to answer those down below as well. But I really appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you next time.